before we get to cinema's perfect fourth wall break, let's do a quick refresher.
But there's no reason why you folks shouldn't go out into the lobby till this thing blows over.
Studio Binder gives the following definition. The fourth wall is an imaginary wall that separates the story from the real world. This term comes from theater, where the three surrounding walls enclose the stage, while an invisible fourth wall is left out for the sake of the viewer. The fourth wall is a screen we're watching. We treat this wall like a one-way mirror. The audience can see and comprehend the story, but the story cannot comprehend the existence of the audience. If you break that wall, you break that accord, hence breaking the fourth wall. A simple restatement is a story becoming aware of itself.
I lost? Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to lose. Let me see the script.
Probably the most common use of breaking the fourth wall is for comedic purposes, lightening the tone and encouraging the audience that this story isn't taking itself too seriously.
Hi, excuse me, 2 seconds here. I'm the one in the car, remember? This story's about me, not him. Okay, you got it? All right, we're gonna move ahead. Sorry to slow you down.
Other purposes include breaking down complex information for the audience,
World-famous chef Anthony Bourdain to explain.
I ordered my fish on Friday, which is the mortgage bond that Michael Burry shorted. But
or providing insight into a character.
Without our traditions, our lives would be as shaky as a fiddler on the roof.
Breaking the fourth wall is on the whole a pretty rare occurrence in film. It's certainly not for every story and must be used carefully. Because of its rare use across filmmaking, it can frequently be treated as a big deal when it does happen. Honestly, some of its usage I don't find particularly effective, as in comedy it sometimes feels a bit forced or unnecessary. Frequently it feels as though one can almost sense the self-congratulations of the screenwriters for having the audacity to break the fourth wall.
Well, yeah, that's what Hulks do. We smash things. Bruce smashes buildings, I smash fourth walls and bad endings.
Though I suppose like any storytelling device, its effectiveness is directly woven into how well the story itself is written. These points being stated, there are certainly still many ways that it is used effectively and comedically.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
However, to me, one example shines above most, if not all, that I've seen in fourth wall breaks. One that utilizes the break with beautiful subtlety for the strength of the story, without ham-fistedly throwing it at the viewer. This example is found in 2019's A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be?
This film is a character piece that came a year after the well-received 2018 Fred Rogers documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor? It's an excellent movie that thoughtfully handles Mr. Rogers and the way he lived and believed. After watching it, I kind of felt like I'd been to a 2-hour therapy session. If you aren't very familiar with Mr. Rogers, he was the host of the children's PBS show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Airing for over 30 years, it raised generations of kids on its thoughtful, charming, slower-paced programming, creatively conveying not only educational content, but important messages to children about life and processing important emotions. In his own words,
"This is what I give. I give an expression of care every day to each child, to help him realize that he is unique. I end the program by saying, you've made this day a special day by just your being you. There's no person in the whole world like you, and I like you just the way you are. And I feel that if we in public television can only make it clear that feelings are mentionable and manageable, we will have done a great service for mental health."
His show became a cornerstone of many children's lives, inserting itself into the fabric of American childhood memories for decades.
It's you I like. It's not the things you wear.
It's on behalf of millions of children and grown-ups, it is you that I like.
The story presented in the movie is seen through the lens of a cynical reporter for the Chicago Sun, Matt, who's troubled by the challenges of becoming a new father, and most of all by his rocky relationship with his own father, who he hasn't forgiven for leaving him and his mother as a child. He's been instructed to do a piece on Mr. Rogers, not an assignment he was hoping for as an investigative journalist. During the interviews, however, Mr. Rogers catches on to his failing relationships and starts a gentle process of probing into his inner troubles. How does breaking the fourth wall play into this? I would assert that the fourth wall moment is basically a climax of this film, or at least a key moment of Matt's character arc. For the full effect, I want to play it for you uninterrupted.
I know you are a man of conviction. A person who knows the difference between what is wrong and what is right. Try to remember that your relationship with your father also helped to shape those parts. He helped you become what you are. Would you do something with me, Lloyd? It's an exercise I like to do sometimes. We'll just take a minute and think about all the people who loved us into being.
I can't do that.
They will come to you. Just 1 minute of silence.
Right there. This moment. This is where Mr. Rogers doesn't lecture him about his relationships, inner turmoil, or his relationship with his father, but asks him to dwell on this simple, powerful question. Who loved you into being? Essentially, whose love helped make you who you are today? The cynical will call it looking on the bright side, but it's so much more than this. Fred uses this moment of reflection to show Matt the power of gratitude over bitterness, reframing his past not by all his hurts, but gratitude for all the people whose love and presence helped nurture and shape him. When that gratitude is allowed to grow, there's no more need for bitterness. This is where Matt gets to let go of his anger against his father, to be free. Director Mariel Heller was intentional with this scene, as a fourth wall break was so congruous with the way Fred addressed his audience in his years in television, and thus was a perfect way to redirect the question to the viewer.
You know, this minute of silence thing was something Fred really did. It was known for doing that. This is the moment where we're asking our audience to engage, that this is not a passive act, in the same way that when children watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he was asking them to actually participate. And kids would often say, he's speaking to me. He had to speak to us.
The team behind the movie revealed that there was something else they had also planned for the scene.
We had this idea, what if we populated that restaurant with people who Fred loved? Joanne Rogers, his widow, Margie Whitmer, who was the producer of the show for many, many, many years, David Newell, who played Mr. McFeely, Speedy Delivery, Bill Eisler, Fred's right-hand man and partner, and there's Marty Eisler, Bill's wife, who was, a dearly close person to Fred.
The whole staff of the show and WQED are all these people who were part of the Fred Rogers Neighborhood are there.
Although what makes for a perfect fourth wall break is definitely subjective, I regard this one as virtually perfect. There's no patronizing monologues or lectures, no forced comedy, just one small movement of the eyes to suddenly transfer the meaning and power of the scene from Matt to the multitudes watching, asking them the same question. This message of forgiveness, of love and gratitude is far from just a character need in a script. It's a human need, which is why it so effortlessly transcends the bounds of the scene. And I can't think of a more quietly powerful and beautiful way to portray it than how they did here, by briefly breaking the fourth wall.